My name is Camila Pinzon and I am Miss World Colombia. Let me show you my Beauty with a Purpose journey. I am honored to share with you my project called Empowered, the Universal Language of Education. My project started way before acquiring my Miss Colombia title. It has been something that I have been working on for several years. Due to my personal background and the fact of having lived in 5 different countries throughout my life, I realized that solidarity knows no nationality, passport, or borders. This remarkable journey has allowed me to provide long-term help for people. I've had the privilege to touch the hearts of those in need in different continents and across different languages. During my childhood years in Boyacá, Colombia, I realized the infinite power of education since a very young age. Having an early interest in foreign languages, I empowered myself to work with ambition for achieving my goals, and several years of discipline allowed me to study in the Sorbonne University in Paris and achieve my 2 master's degree. Simultaneously, I started working in marketing since I was 19 years old. I then began to understand that such opportunities were meant to be shared with others, and that I could use my life path to inspire and help the others with my own example and expertise, not only with words. That's why my project Empowered, the Universal Language of Education, focuses on providing help to the others, regardless of the nationality. And the best way to leave a legacy on the long term is by working towards education, focusing primarily on inspiring and educating children about the power of using education as a bridge for achieving their dreams. And in order to do this, I embarked on a journey to spread the power of education beyond physical and mental borders. I made it my mission to reach as many children in as many diverse places as I could. I began my journey by working in my own beloved country, Colombia, where I visited schools in underprivileged areas in different parts of the country. Part of the initiative I had during this time, and that lasted for the entirety of my project, was the alliances I made with several international educational institutions and embassies that were willing to donate language courses and textbooks for those underprivileged kids. Through social media and in every visit to the schools I made, I was able to run campaigns and give children access to dozens of learning tools to empower them to learn new languages and also to look beyond their current circumstances. In every visit, I aspired to give them the hope needed so that they realize that the situation where they are right now does not define their future, and that through education they will be able to achieve all of their dreams. As part of my mission, I also traveled to the Guajira region in Colombia to provide help to the children of the indigenous community of Guayú, because they are currently suffering from malnutrition, poor living conditions, and almost a non-existent access to education. During my visit, I provided essential educational supplies for finishing constructing their school, and I emphasized the role of education as a pillar of progress for the region. This was an opener for me, because of the harsh reality that some people in my country are still facing. But I had peace of mind by knowing that I had provided the necessary material for them to continue pursuing their education. As my mission also has an international approach, I began by traveling to Poland and working alongside Poland's First Lady in order to raise funds for Ukrainian refugees and empower Ukrainian children which were affected by the ongoing conflict. We stood united, sending a powerful message about the importance of humanitarian efforts in times of crisis. But the most important message was the one I was hoping to transmit to the children, that even though some things are out of their control, it was up to them to build their own future, and that education could be their greatest tool to achieve this. My mission also gave me the opportunity of traveling to Kenya, where I finished building a school for orphans in the outskirts of Nairobi, and where I visited the Maasai tribe, creating a safe haven for learning. In this trip in particular, I realized the strength behind the idea of using education as a force of hope in young minds. I also had the opportunity of making an official visit to the United Nations headquarters in New York to meet with the Colombian ambassador at the UN, in order to discuss human rights and about finding new initiatives to provide aid for underprivileged children in Colombia. I couldn't forget what I had seen in my visits to local schools and in the Wayuu indigenous communities, and the change that was clearly needed. Then, the disaster hit Turkey and Syria, with one of the most devastating earthquakes that were recorded in recent history. So I teamed up with the International Red Cross and Red Crescent to visit and support victims, especially children, which were affected by this disaster, providing aid and hoping to motivate children to look beyond the tragedy and to look into a brighter future that waits for them. One of the volunteering experiences that marked me the most was the one I did in Indonesia, where I got to work with children that have disabilities like deafness and muteness. Actually, it was me who learned the most of them, because I was extremely inspired by their resilience and their brightness. Continuing with my journey, I was invited to give a lecture at the University of Cambridge, where I shared my professional expertise in marketing, sharing all the knowledge I have in this field and hoping to inspire younger generations about the limitless power that an individual has in spreading a message. I was invited as an honorary guest of the visit of the President of Colombia in Spain in order to support the Colombian entrepreneurs and to advocate for education. Our common objective was that of providing help to the Colombian diaspora living abroad. Finally, I visited the United Arab Emirates in order to lead a panel discussion around access to education and about education initiatives between the UAE and Colombia. I am extremely grateful for the solidarity that the Emirates have shown, aligning with the philosophy of solidarity beyond borders. As I reflect upon this incredible journey that my Beauty with a Purpose project has taken me on, I am overwhelmed with gratitude and a sense of purpose. As I conclude this chapter of my life's work, I am filled with hope for the future, a future in which every child, regardless of where they come from, has access to quality education and the opportunity to dream and to pursue their aspirations. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's carry forward the torch of education, lighting the way for generations to come. This is Colombia, this is the world, and this is Beauty with a Purpose.